Let's start. Let's generally talking about the SAT and the SAT-2 maths, just in general, right? So first we have to know what the SAT-2 maths means. It means the subject has level 2. You know what? There is a level 1 subject test, but no college care about that, right? You don't have to waste your time to take SAT-2 subject test level 1. Just take the level 2. Just be careful, right? Don't register for the wrong test. Right? Let's try to understand the SAT and the SAT-2 maths. Well, first of all, we have to know what are tested on the SAT and the SAT-2 maths exam. Well, usually in the SAT maths, we are talking about the Algebra 1. Of course, anything before the Algebra 1 will be tested, including the elementary school math, right? And geometry, well, some of the Algebra 2. Well, don't be nervous. Only part of the Algebra 2 will be tested in SAT, such as the rules, exponential expression, equation, that kind of thing. Not a lot. SAT-2 math, however, you need to be tested on Algebra 1, geometry, Algebra 2, especially trigonometry. This is a very heavy subject. And part of the pre-calculus. Well, do you have to finish pre-calculus before you can take SAT-2 math? Not necessary, because only part of the pre-calculus will be tested. Right. So based on this one, when should you take the SAT-2 math test or SAT-1 math test? For safety purpose, you probably should finish your pre-calculus. And for SAT, you probably should finish your Algebra 2, but it's not a necessity. For example, if you have a special guidance, maybe an instructor can help you with a little bit about the Algebra 2, which you have never taken Algebra 2 yet, but you finish geometry, you still can take the SAT. But it won't be very difficult. Right? Well, the second thing we have to pay attention is the timing issue. Well, during the test, averagely, SAT-1 math, you have only 75 seconds to finish one question. 75 seconds, not a lot of time. Well, in SAT-2, that's even worse. Right? It's 72 seconds. Most of the students, well, not actually, I say most, some of the students don't even have enough time to understand the question. Be careful on this one. All right, so what should we do? Because the time is limited, people are being rushed, what should we do? So we probably should practice more before the test. Everybody knows this one, right? Well, the question is, parents usually ask their children to practice more. Will they do it? Usually that's a big question, all right? So probably you should finding someone or sending them to some institution to get all the practice tests done, all right? Do not try by their own. Well, of course, in the prepare, we have to worry about, but when should I solve the question? When should I resolve the question? Well, there's huge, big difference. Well, solving the question means I can use any way or any method, even by instinct. If I can get the answer right, just get the answer. You don't have to go through mathematical detail to finish the job. You remember, the students are there in the testing ground to get a higher score, not to prove to themselves they are good in math. All right, just getting higher score. So use any way you can. All right. So that including follow your instinct, but sometimes you need to plug in. For trigonometry part in SAT-2 test, I heavily recommend to do the plug-in because those are all multiple choice. But when the trigonometry equation getting complex, really complex, it takes you 3 minutes to solve. Why bother? If you have a calculator, just use a calculator to do it. Right? Calculator will finish most of the job. Right?